Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Soulfire Podcast. I'm your host, Tammy Gerke. We're going to talk about all kinds of topics, all centrally focused on inspiring and empowering women. Insights, tips, and tools for living life to its fullest. This is going to be a mix of solo chats and weekly interviews with women who are living life their way, whatever that may be, so that you can envision what's possible for you. I Am Inspiring Women is going to be a subsect of Soulfire Podcast. Not sure if anybody's ever done that, but this is going to be 2 podcasts in one, so hope you enjoy. We'll talk about the ways to have an attitude that will get you through anything, and what you can do to reconnect with your inner child and better manage those reactive emotions. We will discuss how to work through those limiting beliefs and what it takes to be a light in the world. This is a place to discover how other women are thriving in their chosen profession. Whether it's an artist, a business owner, an entrepreneur, stay-at-home mom, will discuss the real and honest truth about what being a woman means to us. These women talk about challenges and successes, how they deal with the ups and downs of life. These are real women who are sharing their stories so that you'll be encouraged to live your best life. Inspiration, motivation, and transformation. Let's encourage each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's learn and expand our possibilities in this world. Let's share with each other what being a woman means to us. Life is an adventure, and being a woman right now is the biggest adventure of all. May I ask you a question? Are you moving in the direction of your dreams? You know, the future that you want? Or are you living someone else's dream? Someone else's idea of what you need to have in your life or what you should have in your life? Are you living your life because the way that you are because someone else decided that that's the way you need to live your life? Sometimes that's a difficult question to ask yourself, to admit to yourself that you're not living life on your own terms, that you're living your life for someone else because someone else decided that that's what's best for you. You went to college because your parents wanted you to go to college for this particular thing, to become an engineer or a doctor or a dentist or whatever it may be. And in fact, you wanted to be an artist or a musician or, sail around the world, whatever it might be. Someone else decided that you needed to live your life in a particular way, and because at that time it was the easiest thing to do, you went ahead and did it. And now you're living life that doesn't feel fulfilled, that is not on your own terms, that you're doing things that you didn't ever want to do, and you feel like there's no way for you to get out of it. There is. You get to choose what your future looks like. It's not been determined yet. And the choices that you make today and tomorrow are what makes that future the future that you want to live, not the future that you feel like you have to live. It's not a matter of whether someone else can determine and make an ultimate decision as to what you need to do with your life. The only one who can do that is you. So how are you living your life? What are you doing to improve how you live your life? If you're, in a situation that you feel you can't get out of, you're married, you've got kids, you've got a career that you've spent 20 years, getting to a certain point at, things can still change. I'm not telling you to get divorced and, leave your kids and drop out of society and go live in the mountains someplace. I'm telling you that you can make small shifts in what you do now and how you feel about what you're doing now to make your life head into the direction that you want it to actually go in. There's so many of us, especially women, we're so caught up in how we perceive we're meant to live our lives. We think, oh, my mom did it this way, my grandmother did it this way, this is the way that I have to do it. And that's not the case. The way we live our lives is only determined by what we believe we need to do for ourselves. And if we aren't confident in who we are, if we aren't sure of what we're expecting from ourselves in our lives, then we don't know where to begin. We start getting sick. We start feeling all the womanly problems that we get, breast cancer and ovarian cysts and, end up having to get hysterectomies because we are not living our truth, because we are not living in a life that fulfills us the way that we are meant to be fulfilled. Yeah, kids are amazing. That does not need to be our only purpose in life. grow up, get married, have kids is no longer the only options that we have. We can go to school if we want to and have an education and have a career before we ever want to start considering having a family. We can have a family and not go to school or have a career. We still need to educate ourselves. We still need to understand our finances. We still need to understand how to continue expanding ourselves. I talked about this in the past episode. Always learn. Continue educating yourself. So you can be a stay-at-home mom. That doesn't mean that you have to limit yourself into the only things that you know how to do or how to take care of a household and take care of your family. There are so many women out there who are stay-at-home moms, meaning they are at home taking care of their family and taking care of the house, who also run their own businesses. They help their husbands and their businesses. They help their kids and continuing their education and getting them into college if that's what they choose to do. There are many women who are doing the household thing and going to college themselves. There's so many options out there. Don't shut yourself off and think of that's the way things have always been done. That's how they have to be done. It's not the case. You get to choose. And it can start with one small step. It can start with one small decision, whatever that may be. Start listening to your soul. Start listening to your heart. What makes you happy? What makes your soul sing? What puts a grin on your face and feel like you have butterflies inside? Find something that you used to love to do and try doing it again. When you were younger, you thought you wanted to be a fashion designer and you gave up that because you got pregnant and had to get married, whatever it might be. Start drawing, start sketching, start coming up with designs and start sewing your clothes again and, get back into that thing that you used to love to do. Decide that you want to make some time to do the things that used to make you happy and start taking the steps that it needs to move you in that direction of whatever that thing is that you want to do. I used to think that I wanted to be a veterinarian when I grew up. I now realize that no, I do not want to be a veterinarian because as much as I love animals, I couldn't stand having them come in when they're hurt, when they're in pain. So that's something that, I think, oh yeah, it would have been great when I was a kid. I would have loved to have done that. But now I realize that's not something I wanted to do. I wouldn't know that if I hadn't taken the time to revisit the idea that when I was a kid, I wanted to be a vet. So if you're stuck at knowing what you want to do when you get older, when you grow up, whatever, when your kids move out, even now, what do you want to do now? If you don't know, just start thinking about the things you used to love to do and start there. Think about the things that you're interested in that you'd like to know more about. Even if you know absolutely nothing and it's just some random thing that, seems out of the box, go ahead, try it. You took art when you were in school and you loved making things out of clay and you decided you wanted to be a potter. So go to an art studio and play around with it and see if that's something that you really want to do. If it is, then you can buy the equipment. Don't start and dive headlong into something and then figure out that that is not exactly what you wanted to do. Try it out. Learn what you can for free or, trading services with somebody. And decide if that's something that you want to do. You want to see about trying to figure out if you want to build a business. Well, what do you want to build a business in? Check out all the different opportunities that are out there. Find something, get started a little bit in it, delve a little bit into it, and see if that's something that you want to do. You can always change your mind. There's nothing in this world that says you've got to stick with something hard and fast and that's the end of it. And, there's no going back. There's no saying, I don't like this, I got to change what I'm doing. And yes, you can. I have always been all over the place. I love all different kinds of things. I like learning tons of things. I have started so many businesses and I have had so many jobs. I can't even keep track of how many different numbers of things I've tried. Because if I don't like it, then I don't continue with it. Now, I get the whole jack of all trades, master of none. And for somebody else, I may be way off base, but if I don't like something, I can't put my heart and soul into it. So what's the point in me trying to build a life around something that I feel half-hearted about. It's pointless. So I have tried a bunch of different things, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself, about what I like and what I don't like. And the only way that's been possible is because I have tried so many different things. I have allowed myself to fail miserably at different businesses, at different career choices. I've gone to school I think I changed my major 6 times before I realized that anything that they could teach me in school, I did not want to create a career out of. I didn't want to do those things. So instead, building a business is what I felt suit me best. Set my own times, set my own terms. I can do what I want and work with the people that I want to work with and continue on doing the things that I want to do. And with that, learn all the different things that I want to learn. So don't limit yourself in thinking that the way that somebody else does it is the way that you have to do it. It's very easy for someone else to tell you how to live your life. The only one who can really live that life is you. So you've got to decide what your future looks like. What kind of things do you want to see in your future? Figure out what you want the future to look like for you, and then figure out what you need to do to get there. You may not necessarily know how you're going to get there. That'll all fall into place. Once you start taking the action and start doing the things that you need to do to move yourself in the direction of what you see your future looking like, all the other things will fall into place. The people that you need will show up. The teachers that you need that will show up. The money, the thoughts, the ideas, the downloads, whatever it is that you need will show up in your world. Once you make a choice and decide hard and fast, okay, this is what I want to check out. This is what I'd like to try to do. It will show up in your world. I never in my wildest dream ever thought that I'd be doing podcasts. I never in my wildest dream, honestly, really, did not think that I would be able to manage my finances in the way that makes me successful. I didn't think it was possible. I thought, I hate math. I hate finances. It's not going to work. My mind has changed and shifted dramatically, even in just the past few weeks. So sometimes it's a quick shift. Sometimes it's a matter of you working on stuff that you're going through for years. My mindset around money has gone back, and I've held fast to it for close to 40 years. My mom did it this way. My grandmother did it this way. This is the way that I have to do it. And I was so wrong. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that you're wrong. Shift your thoughts. Shift your ideas. If you're stuck in a job, if you're a doctor and you hate being a doctor, the only reason you're a doctor is because everybody in your family is a doctor, and you decide you want to drop that and go do something else, find what other thing you want to do before you drop that, and then do it. The people around you that really care about you, that really love you, will stand by you. If you explain to them that, you know what, I don't love this. This is not making me happy. It never did. Or it used to, and now it doesn't. It's very rare to find someone who stays in a long time career, for example. Nobody stays in a job for 30 years anymore. If they do, it's very rare. We change careers and we start businesses and we, take off and do things differently. We have 2 income families. We have 1 income family. We build businesses. We build multiple businesses. Everybody is different. Allow yourself the opportunity to see the diversity that is out there and say, you know what? I want to try this and see how you do. See whether you like it. If you fail and you don't do well in it, don't give up unless it's something that you really don't want to do. If you really want to do it and you fail, get your ass up and try again. We are not allowed to have failures. It's like this horrible thing. But trust me, the successful people in life have had a lot of failures. They have made a lot of mistakes, and that's why they are where they are, because they have made so many mistakes, and they've gotten back up and tried it again. So you try one thing, you're like, nope, don't want to do that. Okay, so put that aside and try something else. keep doing what you're doing. In the meantime, open yourself up to trying new things. Start something on the side. Start a small business. You don't have to charge anything. You just, put your plan together, figure out if that's what you want to do, throw your idea out to some people. Let's be honest. The people who love us the most are the ones who might be the ones who hold us back and say, oh no, you don't want to do that, because they're scared. So put it out to other people, friends that you can trust, and say, hey, if I start doing this, what do you think about it? If you don't get the response that you want, don't give up. Hold that idea close to your heart. Do what you need to do to move that idea forward. Decide if it's actually what you want to do, and then do it. Don't allow what anybody else around you says stop you from doing the things that you really want to do. Make a choice. Create the future that you want for yourself, and then start doing it. It's that easy. Trust me. It's that easy. You just have to stick to it. Universe is going to go, okay, you want to do this? Let's see how bad you want it. And if you really want it, you can make it happen. There's going to be ups and downs. I'm going to tell you, it's not always going to be easy, but if you really want it, you can make it happen. Trust me, I know from experience that there are some times when you're like, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking? And then things will turn a corner and everything will fall into place and life will be freaking beautiful. And you will be living the life that you've always wanted to live. And it's going to be on your terms and it will be wonderful. So make a choice. Choose to start living life the way you want to. Thank you. If you like this episode, please subscribe. If you already are subscribed, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And talk to you later. Bye.